Hey there, happy Friday the 13th. This is going to be a reaction video to one of my old poems that I wrote over 10 years ago. It's called Misfortunes. It's kind of a poem about like superstitions and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, like I've done in all the other videos, is I'm going to read it, and then instead of actually explaining what it was about, because I just kind of said that, I will probably be reacting along the way as I read it, because I haven't read this poem since 2009. So, it's longer than any of my other poems that I do now. This one's 3 pages. Back then, I really didn't know how to end a poem, so I just kind of kept on going until I finally somehow happened across an ending. Here it goes. We'll see how well this works. I'm probably going to hate it with a passion, but we'll see. Let's see how this goes. Misfortunes by kimswritng. Ebony smiles at the lone black cat who crosses a path of the fortunate to recourse a path dwelt among misfortune. I have no idea. None whatsoever. Not even the slightest inkling of an idea of what I was trying to say. I'm gonna say it's supposed to be when. Ebony smiles when the lone black cat crosses a path of the fortunate. I don't know what was supposed to be meant by the recourse a path dwelt among misfortune. Not a clue. Ebony smiles on Friday the 13th, the one lucky day which is happily unlucky. Ebony smiles when a ladder has been walked under, waiting for the next misfortune to occur. Ebony smiles when someone picks a 5-leaf clover and waits for their luck to turn, or when someone gives another a 4-leafed clover. Ebony smiles when someone doesn't go out the same door they came in, and sits in waiting for the next misfortune to happen. Ebony smiles when a mirror breaks and waits for the 7 years of bad luck to come forthwith. Ebony smiles when a kid sings at the table, or when someone falls asleep at the table. Ebony smiles when a bird comes in the window and waits. Ebony smiles when someone refuses to kiss under the mistletoe. Ebony smiles when there is a goldfish in the house, but frowns when there is one in the pond. Ebony smiles when someone is chased with a broom and waits for luck to go awry. Ebony smiles when a dishcloth is dropped, signifying that bad luck is coming. Ebony smiles when someone doesn't get out on the same side of the bed that they got in on. Ebony smiles when someone rocks an empty rocking chair. Ebony smiles when a sailor kills an albatross and rushes to bring bad luck on the entire crew. Ebony smiles when someone wears an opal when it isn't their birthstone. Ebony smiles when a purse or wallet is given without any money in it and pours bad luck onto the receiver. Ebony smiles don't frighten me at all. It wasn't horrible. Granted, I could have done better with my reputation. I was very repetitive. So, upon trying not to be overly harsh on myself, but I do hate it. Well, hate's a strong word. I dislike it immensely. My 2009 self was not great. We've come a long way. A long way from that. For one, I know how to end a poem now. There's aspects of it that I do like. The first paragraph, or the first stanza, however, is a mess. I like the idea that there is, like, in this case Ebony, that she's smiling on the misfortunes that happen in life and whatnot. I like that concept. One thing that I don't particularly like about this poem that I wrote is that all I did was name like a bunch of different things or a bunch of different superstitions that people have. That's all I did. I didn't actually really put in anything else into it, like any other thought into it. Like now, if I was to write something like this now, yeah, I would have picked just one of the misfortunes and kind of ran with it. This is, when I wrote this was also in a time where I thought that I didn't need to edit things. I was a bit cocky and too proud. Thought I was too proud for editing, which now I edit all the time. Too much. So yeah, and it shows. It shows that I did edit and I didn't put enough thought into this. The one that I would probably go with, because it's the only one that I have that's got a line in it that I like, which was Ebony smiles on Friday the 13th, the one lucky day which is happily unlucky. I love that line that I wrote, which is happily unlucky. So I would, if I was to rewrite this, which I might, so be on the lookout if you find something that comes up called Friday the 13th. It will probably be an offset of this, so you'll get to see it first here. Unless I somehow get a hair up my butt between and get it done beforehand. Needless to say, this is not being filmed on Friday the 13th because I have to edit, but it will premiere on Friday the 13th. Yeah, a little behind the curtain action there. It needs work. It needs a lot of work. Like you could cut half of this is just unnecessary. We get, like, by the end of the first page you get it. You get the fact that it's all superstitions. Some of them you might know, some of them you might not know. But still, within the first few you already get that it's just about superstitions. Because you've got the ladder and you've got the... I don't think everybody knows that if you pick a 5-leaf clover it's bad luck, and that if you give a 4-leaf clover to someone that's bad luck. I don't know how many people know that. Because I remember looking it up and I didn't know it. So now, the one funny thing that this poem has done to me for the last 10 years is whenever I see somebody wearing an opal, I have to ask them if their birthday's in October. Mainly just because it's one of those things that gets me now, because it's like, I mean, I'm not superstitious, but it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, if you're superstitious, I wonder if you'd still be wearing that. So that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.